Hey everybody, welcome to our weekly business tip. We are here to share the recipe for success. I am Sherry Mraz, the owner and founder of the Wellness Cooking Academy, joined by Lori Riddle, our tech guru and owner of the Fit Filled Life. So today we are going to join Lori in her kitchen. And let me change this up. And Lori is going to share an amazing salad dressing. So without further ado, Lori, I'm going to let you take it away.
Okay, great, Sherry. Thanks a lot. Just want to share with you probably my main go-to salad dressing recipe. I use this recipe when I'm doing the salad in the jar class. It's very versatile. You can use it with pretty much any salad that you can think of. If you're doing a berry salad, it goes great with a berry salad. If you're doing, like I'm doing tonight, I'm actually making a pecan-crusted chicken salad. It's absolutely delicious with that. If you're even doing a steak salad, if that's something that you enjoy, it's even perfect for that. So very versatile salad dressing recipe. And I think what I like most about it is the fact that it's very forgiving. It's you can use a variety of different olive oils and mustards, and I'm going to kind of show you and tell you what your options are as we're going through it. But first, we're going to start with a little salad dressing mixer. If you don't have one of these already, you probably want to get one. This is actually a Pampered Chef one, but I do see that there's a lot of different varieties out there on the market, and I'll even share a link with how to get this later. But this is nice to have. If you don't have it, and in a pinch, a mason jar works great too. The things that you need for the salad dressing recipe are a good extra virgin olive oil. You can use just your plain, olive oil that you use every day, or even a garlic olive oil. There's jalapeno olive oil. So, just kind of decide what you like, but your basic recipe would be extra virgin olive oil, apple cider vinegar, and then I use a Dijon mustard for my base one. And again, you can switch this up. You can use a brown mustard, a grainy mustard, horseradish would even be really nice depending on what you're making. And then you can either use an agave or a honey, whatever your preference is, or really whatever you have on hand. So this recipe is super simple, like I said, and I am horrible at measuring, so I don't. That's why I can't bake. But this recipe is actually equal parts of all four of these ingredients. So on my handy dandy little cruet here, I'm going to measure out. In this recipe, I'm going to do 2 ounces of each, or a quarter of my olive oil container is full. So forgive me for just a second. So we're just going to measure out the wonders of live TV, right? So we're just going to measure out 2 ounces of olive oil. And again, you don't have to be precise. We're going to do 2 ounces. I'm using agave today, but like I said, honey works really nice too. I find the honey will make a thicker salad dressing than the agave. That's really what you prefer and what you have on hand. Some apple cider vinegar. And again, you can use a white wine vinegar cider if you'd like. You can use, red wine vinegar, whatever you like. And then I'm just going to do some Dijon mustard. And just a little bit more there. And then I'm going to add just a pinch of salt and pepper. Just a little bit there.
Wow, that's a lot.
All right, put your lid on, and then you're just going to mix it all up. This little whisk inside is actually going to help it emulsify, and the Dijon mustard actually helps it emulsify too. So now it's ready. It's good to go. So just pour that over your salad, and you're all set. This will also keep in the refrigerator too. So if you happen not to finish it all off in one setting, then that'll keep in the refrigerator for you too.
It's good to go. So just pour that over your salad, and you're all set. This will also keep in the refrigerator too. So if you happen not to finish it all off,
got a little back feed there, Sherry?
Something is happening where we're double time.
There you go. Nope.
I think let me hear you talk because I was getting
Okay. So like I said, that's pretty much it.
Okay. So that
All
was
right,
a
all
lot
set?
of mustard, Lori.
That was equal parts.
Wow. Okay.
But again, if you're don't like the Dijon and that's too much for you, change it up. You can use more or less of any of these ingredients. In fact, if you're doing something, you're like, oh, phooey, I don't have enough, then it's very forgiving. So that's what I really like about this recipe. You don't have to have exactly the right ingredients, and you don't ever have to say, I can't make this recipe because I am low on mustard or I'm low on olive oil. So, use something else. It doesn't really matter. Use less. It's very forgiving. Great for a first-time cook.
So let's talk about that for 1 second, because that's something that I see frequently. I know when I worked with my clients, I would give them a recipe, and then maybe the next time I saw them, how did you like it? How'd it go? Oh, I didn't make it because I didn't have the Dijon or I didn't have the cilantro. A recipe is a guideline. It's a template. If you don't have something, make it anyway, because it's sad when people say, oh, I just threw out all the ingredients. They went bad in my fridge because I didn't have the right stuff. So you really don't want to worry about having everything exact. You might create something you like better. It's kind of it's artwork, and that brings me to the business tip of the week. Just like a recipe is a guideline, you want to have a guideline, parameters for your business. There are ingredients that you need to have, and then you put them into the right order. And a lot of times it's going to be different for people because it's got to work for you and your business. It's going to be tweaked for your audience and for your lifestyle and what your ultimate goals are. But you do need to follow a system, and you do need to have a recipe that is going to build up your business. So just another thing I wanted to add, Lori, that mustard acts as an emulsifier, right? We
Yes,
were talking about that. So it makes everything blend together and hold together. So that's a really important thing. I see a lot of coaches, they're working on this, they're working on that, and there's like no Dijon. There's nothing pulling everything together and making a cohesive message. In the academy, that's a really big point that we always have all the students focus on. What's your core message? Everything, even if you're on Facebook, you're writing blogs, you're having programs, they can't be disconnected. Put the Dijon in there. You want everything to blend together and be one cohesive message, what you're about. And so that really is our tip for the week. And to relax. We were talking about this earlier before we even got started, how I hear it so many times. Women will say, they want to start a family, and they're uptight, and all of a sudden they adopt and then they get pregnant. Or I have clients who have tried so hard to lose weight, and as soon as they just relax and start easing into a new lifestyle, all of a sudden it works. So you want to find some ease. We preach simple too. Keep it simple. Find some ease in your business. Have the right ingredients. Join us next week. I don't even know what we're going to do yet, Lori. We didn't talk about it.
I know. Well, maybe somebody has some suggestions out there. Maybe there's something that they'd like to see next week. So we'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, thank you. Great idea. In the comments, type a recipe that maybe a tip that you're looking for, or a business tip. We're here every week to hopefully give you something that you are going to use. So we appreciate you being here. I can't tell who's on. I'm terrible at that, but again, thanks for the support. And if you're watching the replay, please feel free, type in the comments and we will get back to you. And see you next week. Thank you, Lori.
All right, bye, Sherry. See you guys later.
Bye.